Welcome back to the Drunk Rasslin Lounge. I'm your host, J.M. McCaffrey. I'm joined as always by the designated podcaster, Go, Jonesy.
Yes.
Go, how you feeling this week?
Great. 'Tis the season, my friend.
'Tis the season, brother.
You brought me a present last week. I haven't gotten you shit. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
I have all this old whiskey, though, that we can have.
All this old whiskey?
Well, you know, some stuff that we've already sampled, but some new members to the roster.
We do have some new members to the roster.
Yeah, let's
You
just find one.
want to
over
go
here.
ahead and kick off?
You know what? I did buy you this.
Oh, that's all for me?
Yeah.
You're not going to have any of that?
No, I mean, I want to taste it with you,
Okay.
but that's it, though.
I'll share some with you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
just a, you know, a nip.
So what we got there, Jonesy?
This is a Larceny small batch Kentucky straight bourbon wheated bourbon mash bill. John E. Fitzgerald. Get it?
No.
Me neither.
Let's say it again. You're a simple fella, ain't you?
Yeah, I am a simple fella.
Alright, pour me a little larceny.
There's a nip for you.
Nice little nip.
Nip. Nip for me. What are we doing this week?
Man, this week we got we got the first part. Starrcade, 1997.
Yes.
Year in the making.
Yeah, man. Year plus. And we just watched the best go-home Nitro of all time.
That Nitro was shitty. Real shitty.
Well, hopefully they watched it too. Or didn't. Just listen to us.
Hopefully you just listen to us. Because that Nitro was bad.
Yeah, we did try to lead off that show saying, hey, this sucks.
Hey, that Nitro, we chose not to watch the first 2 hours of that Nitro and talked for him about an hour. Talked about him for an hour anyway.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like,
you guys could have just watched that Nitro and been all caught up to speed. I mean, we
saved them like 25 minutes.
Oh, we were way funnier too.
Also,
Yeah.
probably.
Because that second 45 minutes was
This is boozy.
trash. This smells like straight up larceny.
Larceny reaches up, slaps you right in the nose.
It does. Try to steal your wallet.
It's got a little bit of sweetness in it. I smell some caramel in there that I don't normally get off of
Yeah, it's
like a bourbon.
It's the most generic bourbon notes with maybe some sweetness that you don't often catch most of.
Yeah.
But
It's not bad. I think it's richer than most bourbons. Like your generic bourbons. I find it on the nose. I find it in the taste. It's a little. The flavor is a little thicker. It's a little more.
Well, I mean,
there's a little bit of sweetness.
well, like
It's
so.
leaning a little more caramely than it is like the herbal sweet tea
Yes.
notes I sometimes hit.
So for the money, for the price, which not a big deal, but that's a pretty original bourbon.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a Jim Beam, or it's not. We're not going to sit here and say that kind of hit me like a Jack Daniel's or a
Right.
Jim Beam.
Right.
Like it's own deal.
For sure.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I've had larceny before. I like larceny.
Well,
But guys,
we might have had it on this podcast, and neither one of us remember.
Let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to waste your time talking about another hour of programming. We're just going to get to the watch along. So if you are joining us for the watch along, we are on the WWE Network. We are on Starrcade 1997 at timestamp 0000 0 to the 0. So we're just starting the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1, and play.
Man. Oh, The Crow. Devil's Night. Detroit, 1996. I don't remember enough of The Crow to... He watches from the shadows.
Man, they're just going all in. They've got him in like this, shooting them in like this abandoned building. It's raining. There's all kinds of
Throws that hair out of his face.
backlighting.
Oh, man.
He dropped down out of that window. Oh, he's stepping on a picture Hollywood O.
Oh, baseball bat. He's witnessed the ruin of an empire.
I mean, this is
like a WWE kind of video package for this time. Like,
sure.
Now he seeks the ruin of one man. Me. and then it went straight WCW.
Yes. Into the eyeball. Starrcade 97.
We're live from Washington, D.C. Hello, everybody. Tony Schiavone. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
American Dream.
And I think Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, baby. I mean, that was always Bobby Heenan, right?
Listen, baby. Yeah, because Zbyszko just did Nitro, and he's on this show. And Tenay wasn't cool enough to be on pay-per-views. I like how they just put like a roadside fireworks stand fountain in the middle. Hey, Rey Mysterio, drinking a beer.
With Glacier, wasn't he? With Glacier.
It might have been.
Dusty Rhodes,
it is Mike Tenay.
Tony Schiavone.
No Bobby Heenan.
The Professor.
So in this era, Dusty Rhodes was still doing pay-per-views only, right? He wasn't doing...
believe so. I don't ever remember seeing him on...
Well, he had done the pay-per-views in '96 that we watched,
Right.
that run, Great American Bash and Bash at the Beach, which is kind of cool because those were his babies. Babies.
Yeah, baby L.
Those were his babies. Punkin' head.
Here we go.
But, it's cool that he's still doing that run of these.
I mean, he does that for a long time, right? I mean, does Dusty Rhodes ever stop?
I don't remember him doing that many pay-per-views. I really don't. Like, even at this... Why are all these guys in the crowd? Sonny Ono's talking to...
Because this is the most...
Harlem Heat.
Because...
Flip phone's coming out. Disco. Mortis. Good Lord.
Vandenberg. Look at...
Greg
Taylor
Valentine.
Greg Valentine.
Hugh Morris. He had to sit in the nosebleeds.
Johnny Grunge. Yeah, see, there's Glacier.
And Wrath.
That's your favorite?
And Ray.
They're all here because, the match... Which match are they here to watch? The
Hennig and DDP.
I hate you.
Mongo and Goldberg. That's for the soul of WCW, my friend. If Mongo beats Goldberg, what are we going to do then? Are we going to count on Mongo to topple this empire?
Yeah. Well, come on. Listen. Who would you rather go against the NWO, Goldberg or Mongo? There is no way the NWO can take Mongo.
He's too unpredictable. That's true.
Plus, he's a Hossman.
Right here, there is no Hossman.
Dude, why are we still talking? Dude, how long do they got to take?
I don't know. They did this a lot too.
Like, what are they?
I feel like
guys even talking about?
At least Dusty's like, "Come on, baby, let's get this show on the road."
Get the show on the road, baby. Yeah.
Mike Tenay, you say words I don't know.
Like headlock and wrist lock.
What's a tope?
Hurricane round.
Whoa! That's Buff Bagwell.
That was not Buff Bagwell.
I know.
Here comes
the
Malenko.
Iceman.
Fump, 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 fump.
Good music, man. Loved it.
I was just saying, I could never tell it apart. I always thought it sounded exactly the same.
Like Ray's? Yeah. It was very similar.
It's like...
There's definitely at least one Nitro in this era where I was like, he's wrestling himself?
For sure. Oh, man.
Dean Malinko was great here.
Dean Malenko's got Eddie here. We're waiting for him to come out.
Well, this is going to be special. For the Cruiserweight Championship.
Is it the Cruiserweights here?
Okay. Eddie's the Cruiserweight champion.
Okay.
Ray's Ray looks exactly the same
Hammered.
as he does right now.
He's got a mask on.
He's
That's not
19
fair.
fucking years old there.
He's got a mask on. That's not fair. He's hammered.
Okay, well, that seems like a crime. That kid, too.
You can't prove that.
Here, cheers to some more larceny.
Cheers to some more larceny.
And a Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero match.
Cheat to win.
Yeah. Whew. Latino E.
Yes. He's not Latino E here.
Well, still. He will be.
I wonder if that's what's playing right now.
He's, man, what a great heel.
That mullet.
Oh, dude. It's not Bobby Eaton. Like, he's not on the, They
didn't dedicate.
He's not on the mullet calendar yet.
He doesn't get
Finley might have made it, though.
Finley, I don't know, man. Guerrero's close. Look, he's got it trimmed up on the sides.
You're right. But like
he doesn't get his own mullet for sure.
A year earlier, Eddie's mullet was all feathered on top. He had that stupid ring jacket, and he was babyface Eddie. I think it was just a mustache at that point, like no goatee. Oh, get out of the way, Charles Robinson. How old's Charles Robinson here? 16?
At least. Here we go. Look at these
guys. It's just, hey, we're going to go out here and make everybody else look foolish. It's incredible.
I mean, they've been wrestling for a while. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but it's just
there's a thing. Not to take anything away from what they do or any of the matches they had, but these aren't two guys wrestling each other for the very first time and discovering magic.
No,
I mean these guys have wrestled 100 times.
The point I'm making is you can see the chip on their shoulder.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We're going to open this show like we open every Nitro, and guess what?
Right. And a well-deserved chip, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But nobody backstage was like, yeah, good job, guys. Like, they were like, nope. They didn't give a shit about these guys, and these guys were, honestly, a way bigger part of WCW's success than anybody wants to admit, even to this day.
For sure.
For
sure. And also, and I've heard Guerrero... Like Guerrero, these guys, we look back and we're like, man, these guys were so good and did so much. These guys, and you got Hogan on top. Hogan and Sting, who Sting hasn't wrestled in a year. Mm-hmm. Hogan probably hasn't either, to be honest. But
yeah.
It's
hard to film Thunder in Paradise and wrestle too.
Yeah, oof, power bomb. But. I've heard Guerrero talk about his meetings with Bischoff, where Bischoff said, I've got my gun, I need some bullets, and he was letting them know where they were. You know what I mean? They knew what they were doing.
And I know that Bischoff knew what he was doing with these guys and why he wanted them and everything like that. And that's so cool,
right.
Like that he had that thought. And that he had the thought of the NWO and stuff, but at some point in time, like, this became appointment viewing.
Right.
Like, whereas when we watched that Nitro, we saw Guerrero and Finley. And it wasn't what we were used to seeing at the start of Nitro, but the rest of Nitro was forgettable.
For sure.
And
there for sure became a time where, you tune into Raw, and, you tune into the main events. Mm-hmm. And on one stage, on Raw, on Nitro, you've got Hogan and Piper still.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And you've got
20 years or 10 years later, right?
And you've got Hogan and Bischoff in the ring cutting a promo while the NWO beats up DDP
or Lex Luger,
or you flip over to Raw and the main event is Bret Hart and Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels and The Rock. You know what I mean? And The Undertaker. Like, there's no comparison. But, we also had, when you flip into the middle of Raw and we've got,
a plumber and a hog
Crush
farmer
versus
and
Savio Vega.
Yeah.
You know, or we've got Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. There's no competition.
Right, yeah.
You know, and there's a point where probably had they recognized what they had, there should have been some kind of transition.
Yeah. Yeah, but also though you're going to get into that area where it was before its time, and it took the obviously the hesitant cultivation of the WWE to showcase this, but to showcase these talents.
Yeah,
not Malenko, obviously, but like the hesitant. Well, realization that Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, these guys are superstars.
Right.
It doesn't matter how big they are.
Right.
You know, Rey Mysterio even, you know, a little bit later.
But I also don't think this. I don't think this is ahead of its time. Like you said, this is ahead of its time. I don't think this is ahead of its time. This created its time. This was the time. You know what I mean? Like this created like. You know,
I mean, it definitely created a generation of wrestlers who grew up on this,
right,
and this is their deal. But man, I don't know.
This created this time. I mean, ultimately, I think this is what beat the WWE for 86 weeks, not the NWO. You know, maybe people clicked over to like the NWO was not holding people's attention for 86 weeks.
Yeah.
The NWO got them to click over,
and then they saw this,
and then they had stuff like this. Although that not last week on Nitro.
No, definitely not that Nitro.
I don't know.
I can't believe they didn't lose that week. But that Raw was sucked too.
I mean,
we watched that 2 weeks ago.
That Raw was a lot more fun than that Nitro was, though. That Nitro was a slog to watch, man.
It really was.
At least that Raw was just generically bad.
Like straight on brand for 97 Raws, though.
Yeah. But also some of that DX that we look back and idealize that was probably not as good as we think it was. You know, like
that's always kind of been shoved down our throats, though. Too like that's just they were a part of the start of the Attitude Era, and I'm like, yeah, they were, but they were around for 3 months.
Yes, exactly. Because right.
Shawn Michaels broke his goddamn back at Royal Rumble that year.
Well,
you know, like it's a miracle he worked that WrestleMania match.
Well, he was also already
a mess,
difficult to deal
with.
Yeah. And the only reason they did that was because they were like, all right,
man,
Hunter, your only mission here is to do the best you can to keep Shawn Michaels in line.
Yeah, your boy.
That's
Yep. Oh, you can't do it either? Weird. This is great.
Yeah, we're getting way off on some tangents here.
There's not even a like there's no superlatives or anything like that. Like these guys are just fucking just incredible.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing with the nowadays, like the kids that grew up on this is what they tuned in for.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Well, so none of them are doing what these guys are doing.
But we had 70 years of best evers, right? Before we got into this style. And we had like the 3 best evers at the same time. You know what I mean? Like Eddie and Benoit and Dean Malenko were all there at the same fucking time.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for this style of wrestling.
For sure.
And wrestling before this, the way it existed before this, it was, if you wanted to see a technical wrestler, you saw Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. You saw Macho Man, Shawn Michaels, probably.
Well, I don't know if that's true because we had like Ric Flair
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Ricky Steamboat. I mean, we have like 3 decades of people who we can say these are the guys,
right.
and we can even go back as far as like Buddy Rose and say, well, Buddy Rose he's the one who first incorporated spots and all this stuff, like, and his matches looked different than Luthez matches and looked different than other NWA matches,
right?
And then we got into the JCP stuff, and we world class. And we got to see the Von Erichs, and we got to see, all the great tag team wrestling in JCP, and we got to see Ric Flair, and we got to see, like Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, like 2 greats of all time. But that was still that style, just extended a little bit. This was completely different. This looks different.
Okay.
It still looks like a contest. It still looks like a wrestling match.
Right.
But you've never seen anyone do these things in that context of a contest or a wrestling match.
Okay.
I think that's the point.
Okay. I think you're probably right. I don't know what's happening here.
I don't think Dean wanted it to happen.
or he didn't know what was going to happen.
What are you doing? Stairs. Oh, okay. These are not stairs. This is a post. Get it together, Eddie.
Stairs. Cool. This is the ring post. What are you doing? It's like trying to trip him. It's like, you can't trip me here, Eddie.
I see this post.
Where are my legs supposed to go?
Who's this back here?
That was Darso.
Oh.
It was like Darso and Ultimo Dragon, and everybody's there to watch. I guess they're watching the Zbyszko Bischoff match. Like, that's the one that they want to be out there for. Because that's the one that's going to affect all their jobs, right? Like Sting Hogan.
I can't wait for the Bischoff Zbyszko match. We're going to finish this bottle when we get there.
Oh, why?
To sedate us.
Okay.
So we don't remember that shit.
Like when when you bite your finger so that you
So when you stub your toe, you're like, it didn't hurt so bad.
Oh God. Okay.
My God.
I'm with it. We're both gonna pull our full glasses of the mango habanero whiskey.
I didn't say any of that.
Yeah, you did.
Well, let's rewind this conversation.
Nope, you said we're gonna finish the bottle.
God damn it! I just want it to be gone. Next week, when they tune in, I don't want them to see mango habanero.
We're not gonna get to this till next week.
That's true. You're right.
I feel like you're. Oh my goodness.
You're out of control.
All right, guys.
This is so good.
Tune in next week for the Drunk Wrestlers versus the
mango habanero whiskey.
The winner keeps the podcast.
The winner's going to be the fucking mango habanero whiskey. We both know that.
Then
we know when to job.
Well, then from now on, the podcast will just be.
It's a good run, guys. This bottle's your host from now on.
Oh man! All right, Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero. This match is great. This is probably, and I know this match. I've seen this match. I've watched this pay-per-view plenty of times. I think this is my favorite match they had that I've seen regularly.
Look at there's a struggle on the top rope.
Yeah,
like for the spot.
They didn't just climb up there and hold on to each other
and just wait. Okay,
Right.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Well, and you see so often.
God damn, dude.
You see so often on AEW, NXT, in wrestlers today that just don't get it because they're in a rush and they're not taking their time and they're not paying attention to what they're doing. And so like they're climbing up onto the top rope, hanging on to each other and using each other to balance. There was none of that there.
No.
There's none of that there.
It was a struggle. There was a couple pauses, but it was a struggle. It was a fight.
Right.
We're trying to get position.
That power bomb.
Dude, he always threw those.
It was so much more devastating than that. Like, I know Nash's is higher, but damn, dude. He fucking...
I know.
He fucking put Guerrero down like he was trying to hurt him.
Yeah, that's why Nash didn't show up. Malenko's going to do my thing better than me.
Better than I do it.
Well.
Spoiler alert, we haven't even gotten to that non-match yet.
Oh. You're right. Damn it.
You blew it.
I did.
It's all right. Oh. Ding.
Ding. Larceny. Oh, man. That frog splash right on his side. That's ball game.
Well, they used to do that a lot. Like...
It was a good finish. Like, he did the off the second, drop kicked Malenko's knee. Malenko's selling the knee like crazy and was rolling around writhing, and Eddie hit that frog splash just wherever he could.
Also clean finish for the heel. They didn't cheat or anything.
No.
Which
Good stuff.
Which I have mixed feelings about, but it was fine.
Well,
it didn't need a fucked finish or anything like that.
Why didn't I see him powerbomb Dean?
Because we talked about.
We were talking about a bunch of shit. Good shit, guys.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, probably not getting any better.
Worth checking out.
If you watch one match from this pay-per-view, it should probably be Hogan and Sting, but that was better.
You got to wait till you see it. When was the last time you watched Hogan Sting?
97.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see. I can't wait to get to that. Of course, we'll have finished a bottle of Old Smoky Mango Habanero by then.
Yeah. We're gonna be dead.
Here comes Scott Hall.
What's Scott Hall doing here?
Goodness. You already spoiled what Scott Hall's doing out here.
No, we haven't watched this yet.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. What's Scott Hall coming out for?
I didn't say what he was coming out for.
New
life.
World Order. Hey, we didn't talk about last week on after it became the NWO Monday Nitro. They just left that sound effect loop playing, so like randomly.
Not just that sound effect, like the cackling and the
like that loop, yeah. Like
oh my god!
Just randomly throughout the rest of that show. Sometimes in the middle of a match, sometimes when they were doing promo stuff, it would just be like New World Order.
Yeah. Fucking
for life.
Terrible.
For life.
We are in control. Look at this guy.
Hey, Homer Simpson.
Yeah, there is Homer Simpson.
He's hoping to catch up with Paul Giamatti. Oh, dude. Scott Hall, outside. Man. So, we talked about last week how there was WCW couldn't get along because there was WCW faces and WCW heels still. And there absolutely was heels and faces in the NWO because Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were faces. They were good guys.
They were the coolest guys in the building.
For sure.
Yeah. And it always felt like we watch it back now and it's like, oh, you're just hanging out with your old uncle.
Yeah,
Hogan.
Yeah, right.
And he's trying to be cool.
And how irritating was Eric Bischoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, for sure. For life. Okay, nerd. Okay, Uncle
Beat
Hogan.
it, nerd.
Okay, Uncle Hogan.
These guys just flash like, just Wolfpack, the Wolfpack, and Hogan's got to be like, brother. I don't even know if any of that made it on camera, but.
And
also, for audio people, I just did the For Life thing as slow as possible.
We've been doing the For Life. For Life.
Like Hogan would have.
I'm trusting.
Remember Bash at the Beach, though. Like, the debut of the New World Order. He said, "This is the New World Organization, brother."
He did, too. The New World Organization.
Which is just the best. It's so cool.
It just doesn't feel like any of this was ever planned. You know what I mean? Like it feels like this was like somebody had some general ideas.
Yeah.
And Hogan and Hall and Nash showed up and were legitimately the coolest dudes in the building.
Yeah.
And that just kind of took off, and then they had Hogan. I mean, who knows what would have happened if it had been Mabel, but they ended up with Hogan, and it took off. I mean, Hogan was a big enough name for it to take off, but Hogan was never, like, cool. Even when Hogan was cool, he wasn't, like, cool.
So if Hogan hadn't been in, and it would have been Sting, would that have been better?
Not better. I think it would have worked.
I think it would have been a lot harder to hate Sting, honestly.
It was hard to hate the Outsiders.
Well, it was hard.
I don't think.
No, but I'm not saying it was hard to hate the Outsiders. It was easy to hate Hogan.
It was easy to hate Hogan. I submit that the NWO did not need to be hated. Right? I don't think the heat that they got is what made the NWO successful. I think the fact that it was something that felt new. I think the fact that it was the Outsiders, and I think the shocking turn, right? Somebody who was established doing something completely opposite for what they had ever done.
Yeah, think about the heat though when Hogan went heel. When Hogan moved to that side.
I think you would have got that for Sting. The difference between Sting and Hogan in who had been a good guy for longer, and probably, honestly, think about that time. Like, they were having to pipe in Hogan cheers. Like, people were tired of Hogan by then. People were not tired of Sting.
Shit. So, you're right.
So for Sting to have made that turn, now the only difference is that Hogan had been the biggest name in wrestling in the whole world for a lot of years at that point. So when you say Hogan's a bad guy now, every T-ball mom and soccer mom and every old guy, every old guy that in the bar knows who Hulk Hogan is and remembers him as a good guy. So, oh man, he's a bad guy now. Sting does not have that
recognition,
right? But I think Sting still had a strong following. He still had kind of started to transcend, like people knew who Sting was that didn't necessarily know Jim Crockett Promotions or WCW. You know what I mean? Like he was not on the level of Hogan, but he had started to transcend.
But he was the other guy from WCW you knew, besides Ric Flair.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think it's impossible to say that it would have been as successful as it was with Hogan, but I think with Sting is the only other person who makes that shift that it still plays out the same way. Now, I would probably...
Oh!
What about this nonsense? So...
Kevin Nash is not here tonight.
I want to come back to talk about NWO, but this is unimportant enough to remark on. Kevin Nash does not show up to fight the Giant, which we were promised. So instead, the Giant is beating up Scott Hall.
Kevin Nash, the true Giant.
The true Giant. So Scott Hall in a rare, probably mostly sober appearance. Scott Hall comes out.
Just selling his ass off, man. Just bumping his ass off, selling his ass off, and...
Scott Hall is the greatest wrestler to have never held a major championship.
This is, man. We talked last week about Kurt Hennig being overrated because everybody says he's underrated.
Right.
Scott Hall is...
the opposite of that.
For sure underrated.
Man.
And could have been a world champion.
Yep.
Never was.
Right.
And for obvious reasons. Like, that's not a... But, dude... This 3-year span of Scott Hall's career, like 95, 96, 97, it was great.
I think Scott Hall was missed as Razor Ramon.
Oh, yeah.
I think Razor Ramon probably should have been the WWF champion, and had that happened, we never would have had 83 weeks or the Royal Rumble.
I think Scott Hall would have been WWE champion if Scott Hall didn't fail a piss test, if Scott Hall didn't ask to go work in Japan. I think he would have been.
But had he been the world champion and made world champion money, he wouldn't have asked for more money.
No,
he wouldn't
for
have
sure.
needed to go, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just saying.
And okay, he failed the piss test.
You know where the priorities were. Like
that's fair. That's fair.
You can't say had he not failed a piss test and they just kept putting up with Shawn Michaels in that era. Like, I understand how ridiculous that sounds, but like, they loved Shawn Michaels, loved him. So you're gonna have to overcome that
for sure,
right?
Well, and that's the thing. I think I say had they.
Thank God Vincent's back.
Had Vince said, okay.
Vince or Vincent?
Vince.
Oh, okay.
At WWF.
Oh, okay.
Had Vince said, okay, you know what? I don't need to put up with Shawn Michaels because here's a guy who delivers on every level exactly the same, success-wise, not like stylistically. Razor Ramon was delivering on every level, probably,
and he's a Vince guy. Yeah. Like, he's a Vince body.
Right.
Like,
probably over delivering.
Yeah.
Like, here's my champ. You know what? Instead of dealing with problem child Shawn Michaels,
we'll deal with other problem child.
Well, I was gonna say we'll deal with Scott Hall being drunk sometimes. And, we'll roll with that. And I'll make him a lot of money, and he'll be the champ. And I think it was a mistake for him not to do that. I think had you done that, the Attitude Era comes a year early. Because Scott Hall was that guy. Scott Hall was the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been the same Attitude Era. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think.
I think we would have gotten a similar boom period.
Yeah.
Without having the NWO and without, I think the WWE. I think if they had put the championship on Scott Hall in '96, before he had a chance to leave and run with Razor Ramon, I think the WWE experiences another boom period without WCW having to knock him off the pedestal.
I don't think anything gets WWE out of doing the kid shit except for getting their ass kicked. I don't think anything would have gotten Vince off the teeter-totter, whatever side he was on. Just he would never have gotten on the other side if he hadn't gotten his ass beat.
I think so, though, because think about, I mean, like, I don't think you're completely wrong, but Razor Ramon was not a kid character, And if you put Razor Ramon in that top spot, right? He's going to feud Diesel, he's going to feud Taker, he's going to feud Goldust, none of which are kid gimmicks. And I still think that is going to shift the focus of the company to the point, I still think it's going to shift the focus of the company to the point that when Steve Austin shows up and gets the Ringmaster gimmick, he still makes the switch to the Stone Cold gimmick, and we still get the Stone Cold era.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that world happens because I don't think if they weren't desperate, they wouldn't have said, okay, let's let Steve Austin be who Steve Austin wants to be. Let's let him just be him. I think they're still trying to do their retread bullshit. I really do, man. Like, I think it took Vince getting his ass beat for damn near 2 years for him to understand I need to do this more reality-based shit, which went completely sideways, right?
Okay.
He started doing this more reality-based and this more adult stuff, I feel like, reluctantly, and then he saw, oh, okay, this is where we're at.
Maybe. You may be right. I
think it played out perfectly.
I think Vince tends to follow the crowd.
Well, yeah.
And so, and I think if you have a guy like Razor Ramon and The Undertaker that are easing him in a direction, then when Steve Austin is ready to become Stone Cold, Steve Austin still becomes Stone Cold, except that he wrestles Razor Ramon instead of wrestles WrestleMania 13
so Razor's
Ramon.
DX.
Yes. Oh. Razor and Diesel have become DX instead of H. Maybe even Razor and H. I mean, there's no guarantee that they still wouldn't have ended up being like, Hunter, can you try and keep?
Can you get Shawn over here?
Can you? Hey, can you get Razor sober for us?
He could have done that, but I'm saying like Shawn and Diesel show up in WCW. That's a whole different world.
Man.
Not that Scott Hall had a lot of longevity.
Man.
What an interesting conversation anyway. But like, I'll just never believe that Vincent's in this match, and also that Vince getting the shit kicked out of him for as long as he did, and being as in dire straits as he was, did not force him to try something different, because he did the same thing for so long. He grew a little bit.
He grew
reluctantly,
a little bit, but
it just never was.
The WWE has always had different eras, though, and you're right that getting stomped the way he did forced his change. But think about the world, man. Everything in the 90s was edgy and
subversive. And, yes,
I mean, it was the era. It was the decade of Beavis and Butthead and Jerry Springer.
Yes.
And who's the radio host?
Howard Stern.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's that decade. I think we get that wrestling from the WWE, whether he's forced into it or not.
I mean,
because
if it's the right people talking to him, I think you're probably onto something. But I just feel like he wouldn't have changed because he wouldn't have had to. You know what I mean? This is a match.
This is okay. Yes, let's. So we've done a ton of. It's a fun conversation. It's a lot of mental
what
masturbation
and
what
it's
ifs.
fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
But let's talk about this match because man, first of all, like one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong, right?
And I feel like from the get go, Savage got in here and looked at Scott Steiner and was like,
"Let's go, brother."
No, like I don't. Is he gonna kill me?
So it's no. This is a total.
Look at fucking Virgil. I'm never gonna not call him Virgil.
So this match for everybody.
Look at Virgil, baby.
Anybody not watching along? This match is the Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott, and Ray Traylor versus the NWO team of Vincent, Scott Norton, and Macho Man Randy Savage. Now,
who's got to be mad?
Well, he's not happy to be out here, probably.
I mean, fuck, Elizabeth can't be happy to be out here.
Well, it's
well, that was fun.
Yeah, Scott Norton just Samoan dropping Scott Steiner. But you also see right away. So the difference in that these guys who are greats and who are veterans, right? There's the guy. I mean, Macho could have easily come out here and gone, you know what? I don't need to be in this match. There's no point for me to be in this match. I gain nothing from any bump I take in this match.
Scott Steiner might throw me on my head.
Right. So I'm just gonna let Vincent and Scott Norton do this, and I'll hang back here and try to direct a little bit of traffic. But Macho Man's not doing that. Macho Man jumped right in. He was the first one in this match. Yep. He's right there taking all of Scott Steiner's stupid bumps. Because he's that guy. He's like, you know what? If I'm in this match, it's my match. And he's even Macho Man is not talented enough to make this a good match.
Look at Ray Traylor. I don't know where to put my hand, but I just put it on your back, Scott Steiner. Can I be in your pose?
But he's out there. He's it's not going to be for lack of trying. Macho Man is out there doing his thing.
Oh!
That got you stabbed back in the WWE days.
No. That wasn't even a spot. Like, she was just in the way, and Scott's like, nope.
Scott Steiner wasn't having it.
No.
Get out of the way, bitch. My freaks and my peaks.
And here comes Rick, dude, who had his neck broke like 4 weeks ago by
Scott Norton.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Dude,
Scott Norton's got a pretty great mullet, dude. Can he have, like, Bear Month?
Is it Bear Month?
Yeah, is it like a men's calendar?
I don't know.
I mean, we have to be
out right now.
Why? We have to be equal opportunity. Like,
that's fine.
It's not going to be Ray Traylor.
I mean, Scott Norton could probably have like September, right?
Nothing happens then. It's only a 30-day month.
I feel like he's a September kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's got that sweet.
He likes fall walks and leaves.
We'll film him in the back of a
hayloft.
No, I was gonna say an El Camino. And
I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. Here's Virgil kicking Ray Traylor in the dick. Dude, great double axe handle.
Dude, how does Vincent have a job, dude? Ever?
Well,
I mean, when he was Virgil, he was a buff black dude to stand next to.
Do you remember though? Like when we were kids, like he looked like the meanest motherfucker you've ever seen in your life. And the first time he bumped, he looked like Bobby Heenan bumping.
Bobby Heenan bumped way better than
I didn't mean that as a compliment. Like, I just meant like, oh, this
looked like Jimmy Hart bumping.
Yeah, this dude's 280 pounds, and he just bounced off the ropes like a ref, you know? Oh, fucking Vincent. Ugh. Every time Steiner hoists somebody, it just bothers me. Oh, what's he going to do to this guy?
I remember not caring about Vince. Even when Vince, I remember when I was a kid, when Virgil finally had enough of the $1 Million Man, right?
Okay.
And
he teamed up with Roddy Piper.
Yes. And I remember I remember being so much more interested because Piper was on like a crutch then. Remember that match? Like I remember being so much more into Roddy Piper trying to stand up after the $1 Million Man kicked that crutch out from under him than I did anything that DiBiase and Vincent did in the whole match. You okay?
Dude, I think Rick Steiner just did a hate crime, dude.
He's just biting him. What are you talking about?
Dude, did you see that takeover?
I did not.
Oh my God.
It's Vincent. You can't hate crime a guy who doesn't know how to wrestle. Okay, like
that's why oh my
like he's out there in jeans and a long sleeve shirt. What is he wearing, dude? What is Vincent wrestling in right now? He's the only NWO long sleeve shirt they ever made. He's got it and he's wrestling in it.
Yeah, Rick made him do what Rick wanted him to do. And it was incredible.
But that's what you have to do with that guy. You've been in the ring with him,
yes,
Vincent.
okay, fine.
It's not a hate. You're not like oh, I'm gonna murder this guy. You're just like, look, I'm gonna throw this guy, and
it still impressed me because I was like, wow. And then he had his fingers on his eyes, like, hey, turn your goddamn eyes out.
Why did he tape two fingers together every time? Dude?
He's Vulcan.
He's like, no, he's a Ninja Turtle. He's like, I just want. The Ninja Turtles only have 4 fingers. I only have 3 fingers. That's the way.
Me.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. And Vincent's back in. They butted heads. Good God Almighty.
And why is Ray Traylor the one that's like, I'll take care of you, Vince. Here, we'll take some bumps.
Because everybody knows the Steiners hate people. Probably. I mean, Scott does. I don't know about Rick.
Didn't the Steiners? No, it was the Road Warriors who beat up Sid for not taking care of a jobber, right?
Ooh.
Was that the Road Warriors or the Steiners?
Could have been either one. I don't know.
I believe it was.
I thought the Steiners duct taped somebody to something once.
I believe that sounds right.
Yeah.
I believe it was the Road Warriors who beat up Sid because he didn't care about a jobber. He was reckless. He was reckless with the guy he squashed, and apparently the Road Warriors were always very considerate of their jobbers. What is this? Good God. And that's not even the finish. Doomsday Device DDT by the fucking Steiners, and Scott Norton gets in there and saves Vincent.
This is what I mean. Like Vincent's like, dude, oh, that wasn't the finish. I'm gonna die.
Frankensteiner on Vincent. Oh, but there's Macho to break it up. Oof. This match
DiBiase's on the apron. Good God Almighty. This is only the second match.
This is only the second match.
And it's been on for an hour.
So good. I don't even know what's happening with this match. We spent an awful lot of this match talking about the alternate WWE.
Yeah.
And we're still
which I love. This garbage. I love that and alternate WWE.
This garbage.
Oh, got him.
Uh-oh.
How do you like it, Scott? Oh,
electric chair drop.
Good God Almighty!
Elbow drop. Oh,
and the crowd still got up for it, man. Yes.
Well, of course, dude. That's it. And Macho's out of here.
Outstanding. I'm gonna eat Cheerios like a grown-up.
Way to go, Macho.
That was good shit. Finish was. The rest of it sucked.
Finish was not good shit. The elbow drop was fine. Are we getting the... No, he wasn't the legal man. Oh, no, it's over. The Ray Traylor's just mad.
Yep. DiBiase's there, though.
Why is DiBiase managing the Steiner Brothers? Like,
nobody knows. It's a mystery.
Dude.
I'm 100% convinced that was supposed to be a suplex of Virgil off of Rick Steiner's shoulders. Like a superplex.
No way.
And he did not leap.
And he fell?
And he got fucking DDT'd. I love this. Actually, I think we just need to do a show of Virgil matches.
Hey, why does everybody wear a weightlifting belt in WCW? Like, Macho's got one, Hogan wears one, fucking Scott Steiner's got one.
A bedazzled one.
It was bedazzled.
Mean Gene's got one on?
I don't think he does.
It's under his coat.
It's cummerbund. He's wearing
He's
wearing a tux.
Yeah, that makes sense. 1-900-909-99.
Wow. Good job.
I remember the WCW hotline. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Kids, get your parents' permission before calling. Also, don't call 900 numbers.
Are those even a thing anymore? Are there still Can you still call 900 numbers?
Man, I hope not. There's porn on the internet, so.
I was gonna say, I feel like.
But also, this is 97. There was porn on the internet then.
Barely.
And scoops.
Barely.
Well, it took a while to watch, but, it was there.
Yeah, you had to wait for
It was
to
mostly
load.
pictures. If you're on AOL, it was Sonny and Terry Hatcher.
Remember
That's
when
all.
porn was just pictures?
I do. I'm old enough to remember that.
JJ Dillon, hey!
What's he talking about?
JJ Dillon definitely remembers when porn was just pictures.
Are you kidding me? J.J. Dillon's 29 years old here. He was born that age.
He's another one.
Damn it.
I think
Pick it up.
You pick it up.
Pick it up. Germ.
I think there's too many of those now.
Well, it's just him and Arn
Just
Anderson.
because JJ Dillon was an older guy.
When he was born. You're right.
When he was born.
I'm sorry you were an older guy when you were born, JJ.
Have some larceny.
Gonna.
So JJ Dillon here is he's announcing the referee for the main event.
Yeah, it was a random draw.
Random draw. Mm-hmm. Took all the names.
Yeah, so
all
for Hogan
the referee
Sting,
names,
yeah,
put them in a bucket.
the only
Put him in a hat.
referee that could be impartial.
Put them in Ray Traylor's beret.
That was the guardian angel. The only referee who could be impartial is Nick goddamn Patrick, who was once the NWO's referee.
But he's been reinstated.
Right.
And since he's been reinstated, he's been a total pro.
Yeah. Turned over a new leaf. Also, 6'7". Showers and vodka.
Showers and vodka.
That's what I heard.
Sounds awful.
That's what I heard.
I can't think. I like vodka. I can't think of a worse thing to shower in.
Cola.
I can only think of two worse things to shower in.
Hot coffee.
No, I'm good with coffee.
Really? Like boiling hot, scalding hot coffee?
I mean, I as hot as a normal hot shower.
Oh, okay.
I think boiling coffee. I mean, anything boiling is worse than anything not.
Okay, fine.
Like then
That's
then we
fine.
have to add like subcategories because it's worse than showering in vodka. Showering in boiling vodka.
Yeah, that's true. But barely.
Bill Goldberg.
No big entrance.
He's not the guy yet, man.
No,
He's not.
dude.
This is
an early deal.
And he's kind of not. He doesn't have that Goldbergness to him right now. I mean, he looks.
But the crowd is
phenomenal.
still in.
He looks phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And he looks. He's got like a. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like he's got a sharp head. He looks like. It's because they called it. He tackles a dude and they call it the spear. But I feel like when you look at him, he looks like a spear, or he looks like a shark. He looks like a shark, not like a jack dude. Not like your normal jack dude.
Yeah. Oh, Mongo trip.
He didn't fall though.
He's a pawn in the
He
game
didn't
of
fall.
life.
Remember that time Goldberg fell?
I do. Oh, Mongo.
he just beat Ming. He's not scared of Goldberg.
Who could be?
And you think Goldberg was still a cool guy?
He's still holding up the four.
He's the Horseman.
There's no Horseman anymore.
Horseman is Horseman for life is for real for life.
Okay.
I also love.
Take off your Bears jacket.
Kick. Here we go. Get him, Mongo. Hey, you know who Mongo is kind of like one of those dudes.
Hey, Goldberg doesn't have a working punch, does he?
No.
That's why he's wearing boxing gloves?
Yeah. So he can just punch people for real. I feel like Mongo's like...
Oh, dude, there's no cooperation
just
here.
Scoops him up, dude. Well, what are they going to cooperate for? Neither of these guys know how to wrestle.
That's a good point. How'd that rope feel? Oh!
Table? What are you doing, Goldberg?
It's Sabu. Table.
If he just did if Goldberg does the springboard backflip, he just laid it against the ring post.
Oh, okay.
He's like, here's a table. All right.
No, Randy Anderson yelled at him. He's like, no, you're right. It's fine. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Yeah.
Dude, this match is bad.
Well,
look at those kicks from Mongo.
They're good.
Hey, what is the world? What does this world come to when Mongo's the best worker in the ring, dude?
There's no way that's true.
Ow, 100%.
No!
You don't think Mongo's calling this match?
Because he wrestled adjacent to a horseman? No.
He's still better than Goldberg.
He didn't even train.
Look, he's doing matches.
Goldberg spent 1 week at the power plant, and he knows more than Mongo.
Oh, no, impossible.
Just by Mongo being in a promo with Ric Flair, he's got to learn more. Actually, you're right.
Mongo is tagged with Arn Anderson before.
Yeah, he did one promo with Arn Anderson and Ric Flair in the same room, so yeah. Yep.
Deborah McMichaels.
By the transitive property.
Deborah McMichaels knows more about fucking wrestling than Goldberg does.
I hope they go through that table. I'm so excited. Oh,
dude,
did it bow? Weird.
You know what this looks like, in all honesty?
I mean...
This looks like... Okay. Sometimes...
I bet this is the first time Goldberg sold, though.
Sometimes on an indie show...
Yeah.
You come across that match that is like... A guy who's... had some wrestling lessons, and maybe he's been around the indie fed for a little while, and he has picked up some of the basics and had some matches with some real wrestlers, and tonight he's going to wrestle his buddy who owns the building that you're having this show in.
We've seen
that's what this match looks like, dude.
Oh my god!
Like they've practiced. Like those dudes showed up for some nights to practice this match. that dude is never the dude who owns the building or has a building connection has never been in another match. But he
had 3 days of MMA training.
Yeah, well,
so he can do the sweet takedown.
Well, and he's probably he's probably an athlete. He used to be a football guy, and he's kind of known around town. So and you know what? He's a member of the the Moose's Lodge or the Knights of Columbus or whatever. So like.
He's the grand poobah.
3/4 of the town are showing up to see this motherfucker have his wrestling match. And they go out there and they like break a table and they hit each other with chairs and they have this match that does shoulder tackles.
My traps are bigger, Mongo.
That's what this match looks like.
Yeah. Not great.
Come on, Goldberg. Spear time.
Mongo's like, oh my god.
Best spear Goldberg ever threw.
And he kicked out. Awesome.
Jackhammer time. No, we haven't broken that table yet.
You're right.
We haven't broken that table yet, bro.
Right.
It's table time.
Yep. No DQs.
And that's totally Mongo's. That's 100% Mongo's call, right? We need to go through a table. Is that table taped?
Yeah.
It's marked. It's not tape. It's not cut. It's not cut.
Are you sure?
No. But, well, look.
What's it marked for? Did you see him hit it earlier and it bowed?
Well, listen.
Marked for what?
I will not say that Goldberg's not strong. Okay, like...
I will not say that Goldberg should just settle down a little bit.
Like, he's a lot of things, and strong is one of them.
Oh, my God. Here. This is safe.
Yeah.
Ready?
Get me up. Throw me over the top rope. What are they're stopping him?
Randy
no,
Anderson.
Don't do it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it's
no.
over.
Is it going to what? Oh.
Whew.
Randy Anderson just pushed Goldberg
I
over.
thought the streak was going to end. Yeah. Randy Anderson ended the streak. Whoa! Got him.
What happens? What happens to wrestling if Mongo...
Mid-nip.
If Mongo ends Goldberg's streak at, like, 23, what happens to wrestling? There's a what if for you.
I mean, Bret Hart's still probably wrestling. That's all I got, though.
Now, the real question, is that a positive or a negative? Hey.
He had him on the shoulder, and Mongo was like, no. No.
Punch me, I'll fall through.
Randy Anderson, stop this.
Hey, also, that is super... The scenario we were talking about with, like, the buddies, and one guy's had some wrestling lessons, and one guy has a building connection.
Yeah.
That is the table spot they do every
Faux
time,
show.
too.
Oh! I can't do the tombstone because my back is so hurt.
From going through the table.
And also because I got punched through a table.
Like, that spot was... Mongo was on the outside of the ring. He was on the ring apron. Goldberg punched him. He fell back through the table.
What a fucking shit show.
Dude. I'm not sure I've seen many matches worse than that. That weren't just boring. I've seen plenty of snoozes. Right?
I don't think Mongo was in a boring match. There's not a chance that that's something that exists. Ha ha! Forearm.
Hey, he like turned sideways.
He did.
He's like, I better take this with
No,
my
I need
shoulder
to see where I'm going.
so I can protect myself.
Perfect assist. Nailed it. Also,
For the jackhammer.
hook my leg.
No.
Got it? Oh, okay.
He's like busted up.
I feel like he's looking right at us. Sorry. That wasn't good, brother. We just call him like we see him. Here on the DRP.
Don't stop that.
The drip.
Dude, that match was garbage. I've seen some shit garbage matches, and that was definitely one of them. What are we doing here? What's next?
That was not worse than that Nitro episode we watched, though.
No, everything that happened in that match was better than anything that happened on that night on last week's Nitro. Except maybe the Mongo match. I really liked Mongo and Ming.
Well, you have to like Ming, because if you don't, he'll find you.
I like Ming. Yes.
Right. Exactly. I understand, man.
Here comes Raven. Quote the Raven. Nevermore.
He's got his Native American choker on, his leather jacket, his Dinosaur Jr. sweet late 90s alternative grunge deal on.
That was your jam.
Yeah, it was.
Did you have a Dinosaur
Jr.? I had a Dinosaur Jr. album, not a shirt, though.
Oh, okay.
He's got his...
Was that when you had the blue Liberty spikes or after?
Before.
Before?
No. Yeah, during. Yeah, before. I was into grunge before punk rock, so.
I got you.
Get your Jonesy timeline right.
Hey, so this promo This promo is bananas because he's like, so when they signed me to a contract, I told them I wouldn't adhere to any of their corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
So
I said I won't
wrestle.
do shit. And I got cocaine on my cheek.
He literally said, Raven is literally cutting a promo where he says, I signed a contract that says I get to do what I want, when I want.
I signed a contract that said I didn't sign a contract.
Yeah, that's not a contract, Raven. or WCW, I guess.
Yeah, we're all kids.
So instead of Raven wrestling, Chris
there's like
Benoit,
four lawyers in that crowd that are like brought their kids there and they're like, no. So Perry Saturn's coming to the ring. Looks great.
You almost can't even see his walleye there.
He's got a walleye. One eye on you, one eye on the wall.
No, look, he's got his head like turned at an angle, so it looks like he's looking at the ring with both eyes.
God damn it. We're the worst people. Not the worst.
Hold on.
There's way worse than us.
Hold on. Neither of us are Goldberg. Or Mongo McMichael. Like,
I didn't say worse wrestlers.
I know what you said. I stand by my statement. Look at
look
hair,
at that.
dude.
Yeah, fucking
Hey.
God damn it, you stole the words right out of my mouth.
Is that the opposite of... That's the anti-mullet, dude.
Yeah, he gets no calendar months.
I'm gonna shave my whole
Yeah.
head. Except
It's just party on top. Wait,
it's not even a party.
Where's the business at? No business, party only.
That's not... No, that's not party. That's only business. Business on top.
Not with it shaved like that.
I mean, he can't do business, but...
Chris Benoit, $1 million.
Hey, Chris Benoit. So
That's why you let everybody cut their promo to the fucking camera when they walk out, because you can have one Chris Benoit come out and just go, ugh.
he looks so awkward. He's like looking at her, like he's trying not to look at the camera. He's not looking at something.
No, he
like,
looked right at the camera and then looked away immediately.
So
why are they doing this?
Hold on, just for everybody who.
Oh yeah, sorry.
If anybody doesn't like Chris Benoit, doesn't like to watch Chris Benoit matches, here on the Drunk Wrestling Podcast, we kind of work under the assumption that, you know what, we can watch his matches without advocating anything that he did at the end of his life. If you are not that, if this is too painful, tonight this is our last match, so I'm not going to put in a timestamp. You can just cut the program here. Thank you for joining us. We will see you guys next week. Drink responsibly.
Cheers.
However, if you are okay listening to us talk about a Chris Benoit match, we still have the rest of this match. So,
And I'm excited about this.
Chris Benoit versus Saturn?
Yeah.
Saturn's
William.
good. Chris Benoit is really good.
Yeah, really good.
Like,
Really good.
This match is
It
probably...
always feels weird to say, but man, is he good. God damn. I like Perry Saturn more than most people, I think. Not than
You
WWE.
definitely like him more
like
than
they
me.
loved him.
You definitely like him more than me.
I like Perry Saturn a lot, man. And when we watched that ECW run, I was like, well, goddamn, John Cronus. Like, I just wanted to hug him, you know? I thought John Cronus was the man of that tag team, but I like Saturn in WCW. I liked him for 2 weeks in WWF.
Is that all he was in WWF for?
Well, he started carrying around like a broom and stuff.
Moppy.
Yeah, Moppy.
He gave him the mop.
Chris Benoit spit on Raven.
Did he
don't
spit
give a
on him
fuck.
or did he snot rocket him?
No, he spit on him. Oh. He might have snorted the snot rocket and then threw that at him.
I just remember when that was like Chris Benoit's gimmick, when he would snot rocket people. Ugh. that suplex was not...
Boy.
that was a Steinerplex right there,
dude.
man.
That's where Steiner stole it from.
Yeah.
He's like, I can kill people with this stuff.
Saturn just grabbed Chris Benoit's head and shoulders and laid down.
That was like a Taz suplex, honestly. Like at that point in time.
Except that Taz usually popped his hips and threw.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I meant the hook of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a Taz suplex by a guy who doesn't know how to throw a suplex. That's what you're trying to say.
That's also but that was like Saturn was one of those guys, and I've never liked that style of wrestler. Like, I am pretty good, I feel like, at appreciating the different styles of wrestling when they're done right. The suplex machine,
heroin. God damn.
This is Billy Kidman doing a shooting star press. Look how skinny he is here.
Right.
He's never been to a gym ever, or he's on heroin.
He's playing a heroin addict, dude. That's why he keeps itching himself.
Maybe so, but he's not. He's not fucking Christian Bale. Okay, he's not. He wasn't like, I better get skinny so I can be in the flock.
I gotta be in the fighter. I need to get down to 82 pounds. No, I don't think you do.
Right.
Like, you can weigh 180. No, 82. 82 or bust. Okay, whatever you want to do.
They told me I'm going to be a heroin addict. How many 200-pound heroin addicts do you know?
I can't look like the Batman anymore. You also don't have to weigh 82 pounds. You can, weigh 120.
I mean, he did it for the Machinist.
I know. Gross.
And the fighter was way better than the Machinist.
I've never seen the Machinist.
Really?
I've just seen photos from it, and it grosses me out.
Also,
like a human doing that to themselves is disgusting to me.
Also, Chris Benoit's really good in that movie. Chris Benoit is really good in the Machinist.
Yep,
he's the best part.
He really slimmed down.
Christian Bale is very good. Like you watch that.
Christian Bale's good in every movie.
Exactly, and you watch The Machinist, and you're like, man, he's
even
really
good in that shitty Batman movie.
He's really good.
Yeah.
But that movie is, it's not bad. There's no reason to watch it.
Right. The only reason to watch it's Christian Bale. And that's never a good reason to watch a movie.
Exactly. The only thing worth seeing in it is him.
Right.
And there are much better movies to see him in.
Like, yeah, and it's almost like I'm gonna hate watch this because I want to see what Christian Bale does to his body because he's a maniac.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas American Hustle is a good movie. And he gained 870 pounds for it.
I didn't like that movie.
Really?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I thought it was a snooze.
I like that movie a lot.
I thought
he also didn't gain 870 pounds for it.
Not that this is
a big old fat slob.
Not that this is the drunk movie podcast. But I thought that American Hustle relied a little bit too much on its cast, and the cast was great. And there are lots of times a good cast can make a mediocre movie great. Mm-hmm. But you still have to give that cast something to do. Mm. You know? Kind of like that 6-man tag we saw earlier. Okay? Ray Traylor.
Way to get them back together.
Ray Traylor and Macho Man Randy Savage are both great. And even the Steiners.
The Steiners are great. Scott Norton's fine.
Yeah.
And Virgil sucks.
But you got to give those guys something to do. And in that match, all you gave them to do was beat up Vincent. Like that's it. Yep. I don't even know if Ray Traylor was in that match. The Steiners just suplexed Ray Traylor, or the Steiners suplexed Vincent
Vincente.
So Chris Benoit versus Saturn. This match is fine. They're beating each other up. You get the feeling that this match is really trying to be like a coming out party for Saturn. Like they really.
There's no way this match is going to top Guerrero and Malenko, but these guys are.
I mean, it's
good stuff.
It's on that same. not the same caliber, but it's on that same planet.
No, yeah.
You know,
so
so a lot. Okay, on this pay-per-view so far,
Alex Wright. Oh,
getting all that.
Yeah?
Getting all that Vanderbeek.
Yeah, Vanderbeek. What is that guy's name? Vander something.
Vandenberg. Right?
James Vandenberg?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hope that's true.
Well, okay. So, here's the thing.
Why?
Guerrero and Malenko, right?
Yep.
You had two guys who were really good and really care. This match, you have two guys who are really good and really care, even if they're not quite as good as Guerrero Malinko, and at the very least, don't have the same chemistry, because Benoit versus Saturn was not a match that had happened 100 times, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
That's why I put them on the same level. Like, Goldberg and Mongo, I'm not going to say that neither of those guys cared, because Goldberg was probably still new enough that he had some, I want to do this well because this is my new job, right?
Yeah.
Now, he sucked and he wasn't getting any kind of leadership or mentorship. Nobody was really...
No.
I mean, there's
right.
It's impossible that anybody gave a shit whether or not Goldberg had good matches or not, because he never, ever did.
Man.
Right?
Yeah.
Mongo... I think Mongo is just one of those guys that just kind of... If he's going to do something, he's going to do it passionately. You know what I mean? Whether it's wrestle or drink or... You know,
or
play
commentary,
football, or commentary.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that guy. He only has one level, and that's 100%. Now, unfortunately, like, training for stuff, like learning how to wrestle, he never, you know, like...
He spent that one weekend with Kevin Green and Savage at the power plant.
Yes.
And he's like, got it. Ready.
Cool,
I can throw a tombstone.
Right.
What? A tombstone? No, I saw an Undertaker match.
Exactly.
This is a
now
DQ, right?
And that 6-man nonsense was just a hodgepodge of dudes who are good, bad, other, and none of them, and some of them give a shit, and some of them didn't give a shit, and some of them gave a shit for the first 5 minutes, and some of them stopped giving a shit by the end. You know what I mean? Like that was just a hodgepodge of match. Now this is a good match, and both these dudes care, and Saturn's trying to make his debut. Saturn's trying to make his debut here, and Chris Benoit is trying to have the best match he can have.
Well, which he always did. And if you were Saturn,
which is my point.
And if you were Saturn, you're like, yes,
right,
yeah, they're invested. I get this motherfucker.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yep. They're coming for it. They're delivering where
I
they
just
want
want to
be
say
delivering.
that should have been like 18 disqualifications.
No, it's a Raven rules match.
Oh.
So there are no rules.
Okay.
So that's why there's no disqualification here.
So this is huge for Benoit.
But this is also like, this is what it's so weird.
Oh, here we go. Van Hammer.
Oh.
That DDT. God damn, man.
Raven
he threw a
drops
great one,
DDT,
dude.
Man.
God. Good God Almighty. Rings of
Saturn. Chris Benoit is unconscious. So the end of this match was just all of the
ref watched it all happen, but like you said, no
it's a
DQ.
Raven rules. Well, the other thing that I was gonna say is because a lot of this match, like as the flock starts jumping in the ring and Benoit is kind of trashing them, like they do that wrestling thing where they kind of line up and come at him one at a time.
Right? Or ninja movie thing.
Right, okay. That's fair. And Benoit is taking them out, kind of one at a time. It almost... And at first I was going to be like, man, isn't this, they're doing this here, and isn't this what you want to see Sting do to the NWO at the end?
Yeah.
But I am going to say that maybe this is a little bit perfect because you almost got a little bit of that feeling, but the Flock still ended up beating Chris Benoit.
Well,
the numbers game was too great, so maybe it primes you a little bit properly the way it should be primed for now we're going to go in and is the same thing going to happen to Sting, even though Sting is...
Yeah,
Sting like this is this the mid card? This is the mid card version of Sting
that
versus
whole,
Hogan,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So are we going to see the same thing happen to Sting?
Yeah. In the context of this pay per view and the story that was going on, this is pretty great. But like the thing I was going to say is like this is like an early Wyatt family thing.
Yeah,
like. Which obviously you say it and it like copied that and whatever, but like we beat you and you join us,
right.
Type of deal, Like they should have probably tried to go with that with Benoit. Now you're over here.
I mean, except that. Like that's a way it could have gone. I don't think that's a way like it needed to go.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like. And it almost kind of because Raven was kind of building, it was kind of like Raven wants to be the big fish, right? He doesn't want to be, like he wouldn't want Benoit in his stable because he's not better than Benoit.
Right.
He doesn't have that control over Benoit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Raven's kind of building his stable of lesser guys.
Yeah. So he's like a David Koresh or like a
yes.
yeah. So like a do they all understand who David Koresh is? Religious zealot.
If you don't know who David Koresh is, I would highly recommend getting on. I think it's on Hulu, and you can watch the 6-episode miniseries Waco. I really enjoyed it.
I bet it's great.
Had Taylor Kitsch in it. Taylor Kitsch and
who is Taylor Kitsch?
John Carter.
You've already told me this.
Guys, if you're still watching the pay-per-view, go ahead and pause that because that is going to be it for week number 1. Part 1. Starrcade 1997.
Yeah.
Next week, we will be back with the second half. With all the big matches. Really, they really stacked all the matches that matter at the end.
That was a good opener.
It was a fun. Yeah,
there were 2 good matches.
I almost as when if I were to be booking a wrestling show though, I almost would have wanted to kind of salt and pepper my big matches throughout to keep people engaged rather than stacking them at the end. Now it's a totally preferential thing, right? Once somebody has ordered the pay-per-view, do I want to keep them, do I want to put everything at the end and just kind of run up and sort of everything's bigger until the biggest? I prefer more of an up, down, so like I would have stuck some of those matches. I probably would have opened with one of my, I probably would have opened with Eddie Dean. There's not a better opener than Eddie Dean.
No.
But I would have gone into my second match with one of the matches they were expecting. And then we would have kind of been on
my second one would have
been wave.
Goldberg and Mongo. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goldberg and Mongo. That match. Anyway,
we got 4 matches left, man.
We've got 4 matches, and they're 4 big matches.
Yeah.
We have Kurt Hennig versus Diamond Dallas Page. That's the U.S. Championship, right? Yep. We have Buff Bagwell versus Lex Luger for the title of Total Package.
More important than anything.
We have Eric Bischoff versus Larry Zbyszko
for the
control of Nitro. And
the rest of the show's for the heart of WCW.
We have the most important match in WCW history: Sting versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Good God Almighty.
So, guys, I want to know in the comment below what match you're looking the most forward to. Or, and as you're typing that in, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you prefer the audio version, then make sure you rate us, subscribe. What all they do on the audio versions?
Like and subscribe.
I don't know, but you can find us on SoundCloud, Podbean, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all those places. And if we're not on
It says different shit every time.
if we're not on your favorite podcasting app, let us know so we can get there. Otherwise, guys, next week we will be back on Christmas Day. It won't be Christmas Day. It'll be
It is. Christmas
Christmas
Day's
weekend. It'll be Christmas weekend.
Friday.
Is it Friday? Will we be on Christmas Day?
Yes.
On Christmas
That's the
Day.
gift that keeps on giving.
Instead of spending time with your family, instead of spending time with your loved ones,
Don't open a gift. Open this podcast.
tell them, hold on, guys. We've got to listen to the Drunk Rasslin podcast first. Actually, you know what? Go spend Christmas Day with your family, and after you're gonna have
We'll still be here.
you're gonna have to drink. You're gonna have to drink to get through that, I assume. And at the end of the day, when you can't stand them, turn us on, and we're gonna shit talk some wrestling.
Like we do.
But make sure, guys, on this holiday, there's Ubers, there's taxis, there's everything else. Make sure you drink responsibly.
Yeah.
So that you can join us next week for Starrcade 97 Part 2.
Ching.
See you guys next week.